Be sure to visit tinyhousepub.com to pick up your copy of issue 44 of Tiny House Magazine, on sale now. And don't forget to mark your calendar for the Tiny House NC Street Festival, April 21st through 23rd, 2017. For more information, visit www.tinyhousencstreetfestival.com. Welcome to Tiny Revolution. I am Andrew Odom, and we are on the porch of a tiny house. So I'm in Boone, North Carolina on a little family vacation, and lo and behold, driving through town, I come across this. This is a tiny house, 25 foot long, and it is owned by a senior at Appalachian State University. His name's Gabriel. We're gonna knock on the door and see if we can see inside. So, come on.
Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Gabriel. Hey. All right, here we are. We are inside. You said 25 foot, right?
25 foot, including the deck.
Excellent. So this is the tiny house that the college senior lives in. So this is what you were a college senior. Yeah, oh, that's my coffee. Let me grab my coffee. There we go. All right. So tell us a little bit about your tiny house. This is great. I'm just going to pan around while you talk. So you're a senior in college. Why in the world did you decide to build a tiny house?
Well, my first year I lived on campus at App State, and I didn't really enjoy it. I kind of wanted my own room, my own bathroom, my own space. So I wanted to get an apartment. I was talking to my dad, and he's like, yeah, how much is an apartment per year? It's like, I said, I think it's $7,500 per year. And he's like, let's just build a tiny house. And I built two in the past. So, I have experience. You're in construction management. You can get a lot out of this and learn. It'll be a learning experience. So when we ended up building it, it took 2.5 months to build, and I'm loving it. I'm loving how it turned out.
Yeah, so a lot of cool things that were in my tiny house and that I see in a lot of tiny houses. First of all, I want to talk about this. So you're totally off grid here, is that right?
Totally off grid, yes. We run on propane and solar panels. The electricity is from the solar panels. And propane's for the fridge, and for the water heater, and for the furnace for when it gets cold.
Right. Now, how many panels do you have up top?
We have 4 panels. They're on the passenger side.
Uh-huh. And where do those feed to? You showed me a little earlier.
Yeah, they feed. Here, I'll show you right here. We have 6 batteries right here under the couch. Mm-hmm. There's our inverter. And,
cool.
Yeah, each battery weighs 100 pounds. They're 12-volt batteries, and
then it feeds up to, what do you have on the wall here?
We have a little or a monitor. It shows how much I'm getting from the solar panels. Right now we're at 14.8 volts.
Gotcha.
And that's totally full. Like, the batteries are totally ready to, like, that's as high as it'll go, is 14.8 volts.
So now that, correct me if I'm wrong, but that powers everything, because up top we've got RV pancake lights with LED bulbs, and then we've got 1, 2, 3 of those in the loft, and then we've got 4 of them overhead in the entryway.
Right.
And we've got a flat screen TV down here, and then there's another in the loft. So it's not like you're skimping. You're not saying, hey, I'm living off grid. I'm gonna have I'm just going to have some garden lights from Target that I'm going to charge up during the day and put in here. You can really run some stuff in here.
Right. Oh, yeah. You definitely could.
So what about the other systems? How are you doing water? How are you cooking? That sort of thing?
We have a water tank right here, and I filled up outside. This is, I believe it's a 50-gallon water tank, and here's a little pump right there. And it pumps water throughout the house. And we got it running through the cabinet all the way back here. Oven runs off propane, and we have a little water spigot right there. And I fill the tank up every time when it gets empty.
Right, right. And you're living at an RV park, so technically you could be totally on grid if you wanted to.
Totally, yeah. All I need is propane and water.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I noticed there's a lot of recycled things in here, which help keep your costs down. Now, your cost was what, 16,000 is what you said?
16,000.
So you built this for 16,000. What are some of the things you reclaimed from other projects, other vehicles, that sort of thing that you're able to reuse?
Well, my dad, he was in his last job. This lady was getting rid of old cabinets, or not cabinets, but countertops, and this is it. And she was just throwing it out, and my dad's like, "Well, hey, let me use that. I feel like I can use it later on." And so it just sat in my garage, my dad's garage, and we ended up using it later on, and that's why it doesn't really fit all the way. I plan on building maybe a spice rack or maybe a cutting board to fill out that gap. But it ended up looking really nice, and it worked out really well, and we probably saved $1,000 just from doing that. And
behind you is a fridge, which is a good sized fridge.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the dorm fridge you might have had you lived somewhere else. You've got a now. This is propane powered, like an RV fridge. Nice.
And the furnace is right under this to heat up the house. And
I was noticing right here we have a thermostat. So when it gets cooler up here in the mountains, you're going to be heating with an RV furnace.
That's right.
Awesome. And behind you is probably the part everybody wants to see.
Oh, the bathroom.
Show us that bathroom, because that's a sizable bathroom.
I know, right? Okay, here, let me get out of the way. Let me show you the shower first. Here's the shower, and we got this off of a fifth wheel.
Yeah, that thing is just huge.
Yeah. But it was like a yellow color, like a really gross yellow color, and I wanted to paint it white, and we went to the paint shop, and they were like, well, we don't have any white spray paint. So they had this like metallic, like charcoal colored spray paint, and I was like, that's what I'm getting. And it ended up looking great. Really modern, and
for sure. And the toilet. Tell us about the toilet.
We have a composting toilet. Basically, it's a bucket with peat moss.
Well, hey, let's head up to the loft. I want to check things out up there.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to attempt to climb up this ladder and check out this loft, which I think is really cool. The first thing I want to point out is that even though the roof pitch outside is more of a traditional pitch, you actually arched the inside, so it gives a little bit more headroom and just a really interesting look.
Yeah, we were going for like an inside, like when you go inside a plane, like how it's kind of bowed. We were going for that. Hey guys, welcome to the top portion of the tiny house, the loft area. This loft is a pretty good sized loft. It's 88 square feet. You can store a lot of things up here. For what I've done, here I'll show you. I got storage for clothes and a cabinet right there to store all your goods. Got a TV, and which is awesome, having a TV up here. Behind the TV is a chimney for the refrigerator down below. It's propane to let all the carbon monoxide from the roof. There's a bed, and easily up here you can fit 3 people, but it was built for only 2.
Thank you for watching another house tour brought to you by Tiny Revolution.